Greetings from Snake Mountain Boatworks. On Wednesday, August 30, 2023, the Eagle has a new bottom. Well, she has mostly a new bottom. She's well on her way to having the bottom fully restored. Rick has just dedicated all his time and more to this project for the last 5 or 6 weeks. At this point, all of the new strakes, remember, each one turned out to be unique, so every one had to be hand planed, sanded, fitted, and planed again. But they're all in, and then the happy task was to go back and sink a couple of thousand screws to make sure everything was in tight. It is. And then, Rick, then you sealed everything with CPES, clear penetrating epoxy sealer, so that we'd fill the countersinks before we started fairing them. That's been done, and I'll let Rick pick it up from there as to what we've been doing since then.
Well, as you see, I have filled all the holes with the 3M filler, and now I'm going over and I'm kind of giving it the first sand over with a small flat sander. And then when I get done doing the whole thing, I'll give it another skim coat and take the longboard sander, and I will completely sand the whole bottom so it's all nice and fair and flat. And then after that, then we will put on 3-4 coats of the CPES, let that dry, and then we're gonna throw on some primer, like 3-4 coats of primer, and that is the same that was Joey was using, I believe.
Right, it's Tyco primer. And after that, she'll get 3 to 5 coats of Petit Copper Bronze Anti-Foul. Then we clean up the boot stripe, touch up the paint where it's gotten nicked here or there, and do a sea trial. After we've reinstalled all the innards, we had to take them out to flip the boat upside down. Excuse me, we didn't flip this boat upside down, but given that we were going to have major sections of the bottom off, we took the engine and everything out to just reduce the amount of weight shall I call it, a detensioned hull had to carry. So we always know where to find Rick. Now we find him with a sander in hand. This side is about, looks like about 70% on this pass. And then starboard awaits. It's just an endless task. I'd say thankless, except that the result is really quite spectacular. This bottom, remember, on starboard, Rick had to replace most of the frames. On this side, what, Rick, about a third of them?
I'd say a third to half.
Yeah, they got cooked in some ways almost worse than the planking did. But that's all together. She'll be floating soon. That's our update on our 1937 20-foot Lyman Runabout. Thank you so much. Bye-bye for now from Snake Mountain Boatworks.